Hello Moonlight Army, my name is DrayZera, and today I am here to showcase this album. This is Keith Sadler and Friends, this amazing album, Savor Life. This is a live album recorded at the John Peel Centre along with his friends. We have got Keith Sadler on the vocals, guitar and the ukulele. We have got Fern Tether and Sam Thurlow. Those two, they are part of a group called Dusky Sunday. Check them out on the socials, Moonlight Army. We've got Jonathon Coy, who did lead guitar tracks 2, 6, 7 and 9. Bass on 3, 5, 8, 10, 11 and 12. You got that, yeah? And we have got Anna Sadler, Shaky Egg, on track number 2. With Honey and the Bear. Also check out Honey and the Bear over here. Check out Honey and the Bear. Lucy Sampson, John Hart, vocals on track 12. But yes, awesome stuff. So yeah, so why did they make this album? Well, it's all explained on track number 2. Coming up.
About 3 months ago, a friend of mine who's not here tonight, expecting a boo there. Anyway, a friend of mine who's not here tonight, he posted a video of this Israeli lady who's a street musician. She plays mostly around France. And she does all her stuff completely acoustic and all her stuff completely live, so she's like a one-man band. And her name's Leor Shrew, and I was really, really inspired by this lady, and I've been absolutely obsessed with her music. And that was one of the reasons that I decided to do my album completely live, because I wanted to capture the atmosphere of the performance and the connection with the audience, and not just like the mathematical perfection of a song in a studio. So we're definitely not going to be getting, well, you'll be getting mathematical perfection from that side of the stage. But I wanted it to have life and energy, and so that's a lot of that is thanks to this lady I've never even met. Her name's Leor Shrew. Look her up online, she's amazing, and this song is about her, and it's cool.
So yes, definitely check out Leor Shrew. I'll link her up as well. Check Leor Shrew out. Yeah, I mean, I've known Keith Sadler personally in the sense that in the past, for all the new Zera fans, none of you, my friends, you haven't heard of the Dre and Keith 30 Minutes of Nonsense podcast. We used to do that podcast. Plus, we have performed in various gigs back in 2016 and 2017. And yeah, and the reason why I'm reviewing this, even though it came out in 2016, where it originally got recorded on the 23rd of October in 2015, the Setlist at the John Peel Centre, is because, for me, I like to review things that make me happy, especially those that I know personally, and I want to shine a spotlight on them, you know? So yes, enjoy the review. On another thing, what I've done with this format is that as of, for a dedication for Keith Sadler doing it all live, kind of not so edited and that kind of stuff, and well, or not edited in the sense that getting that perfection tone in the studio, making it all live with all that kind of stuff. What I'm going to do with this, I'm going to literally do this with pausing in between, all this in one take. We start off with the beginning with Savor Life, the title track of this live album, plus the opening track. So yes, Savor Life, you know, it has a very simple start, which is good, because I feel that to savor life, it can be quite simplistic in the sense of, for me, my interpretation of enjoying life is it can be simple. Even the littlest things can give you the biggest joy of life. And it's interesting. It felt kind of a therapeutic beginning. It's kind of like mellow, gives you the reassurance, and yeah, it's really chill and a very kind of like kind of a nice settling in period, and I think that really sets the tone well for this album. And a quick note on, I'm assuming it is Third who did the backing vocals. That really matches well with the nice kind of groove that Keith brings in. With Liar track 2 in dedication to E.L. Shrew, I hope I pronounced that correctly. Sorry if I haven't. One of the things that really struck out to me is Keith's amazing use of his vocals. I mean, he really held the notes on, like, oh, I put him to shame. I put him to shame, even if I attempted what he did was really good at the holding of notes. Really adds a kind of an epic kind of vibe, like really kind of really strong vibe to it, and has a kind of like the guitar pattern on the acoustics kind of feeling like flamenco, like, you know what I mean? Really kind of flamenco, a little bit calypso. It's kind of like, it's interesting because it's so deep, but at the same time, it's deepness through simplicity, and I can really vibe with it. I think Liar is one of my favourite tracks, not just because it's on this album, but also because I've heard it live in person, and it's awesome. And I feel that I have also heard SAVOUR live in person too, perhaps, but Liar has really struck out to me more. So yes, Liar is definitely one of my favourites of this album. Track 3, Heart and Bones, it is, I feel, their only cover song. Yeah, so this is their only cover song of this live album. This was originally written by Paul Simon. Now, for all those that don't know who Paul Simon is one of the duo that is Simon and Garfunkel that wrote one of the most famous songs in history, The Sound of Silence. So, anyone that's a fan of Disturbed, they never made Sound of Silence, okay? Let's get that straight. So yes, yeah, it's a very good rendition of the original track, and I think Keith's voice, along with all the musical tones and the vibe, it really did the song amazing justice. It's a really, really good cover song. Track 4, We Are Each All Alone. It's a really a dark tune. It's really heavy on the emotions, but is dark but beautiful. The way that it's been arranged, the way that the song structure is, and the way that Keith absolutely nails it on the vocals, as well as all the tracks. Vocals are amazing, full stop, but the way he nailed it was absolutely impeccable. And the way I see it is that he made the subject matter as dark in the fact that it had themes of rejection and sadness and kind of a feeling of, well, literally we reach all alone at the end of the day, but it's really like thematic and epic. Like, if this song could actually get an orchestra in the background, I would play the living hell out of this tune if it had an orchestra. Like, I'll still play the hell out of it, but extra hell, you know what I mean? But no, legit, it's really dark and very powerful. We're on to the next track, Jubilee. Now, Jubilee, he said in the album that he dedicates this to Anna, which is Keith's partner's parents, so Keith's parents-in-law, and it's really nice. It's themed around the idea of arriving to heaven, and just that feeling of just, you know what I mean? It's really awesome. I mean, for me, the bongos were really prominent. So the bongo licks of Sam, whoa, they were pretty awesome. I mean, really accompanies well with Jubilee. Kind of like the whole kind of, you know, like kind of the arriving. It's like, wow, like, this is another strong track. I mean, you're revisiting this album and reviewing it. Wow, this is awesome and very nice. And wow, it is awesome stuff. Wow, really like it. Really, so good. What a Love! We're getting to that midpoint stage of the album where What a Love. Wow, it's a really lovely song. It's really nice. It's really hits you in the romantic feels, and I really felt it's a good accompaniment to the album, and it's a good midpoint, right? A good midpoint song. It's like, wow, it just fills you with joy. It just fills you with joy. And I think this album does well in giving you a whole myriad of emotions. And wow, I'm really enjoying revisiting this adventure so far. Now we move to one of the shortest tracks of the album, Little Bird. It's really short, like it's around just over the 2 minute mark, but wow. It really packed a punch in it. So it had a nice birds kind of intro, kind of like feeling as if it's like some sort of ethereal forest of the birds flocking about. Really nice. And the whistling, wow, that whistling really adds to the kind of beat and the vibe. But when the guitars kicked in and the rest of the music, it reminded me a little bit of the Hanson boombox vibe, but I'm gonna be honest, right? Hanson, step aside. Keith Sadler did that strumming, that chording, so much better than you, okay? But yeah, it's really good, and it was really kind of like really upbeat, feeling like, oh, this to me really feels like if this song was twice as long, I would feel that we'd all dance to it kind of thing. But I feel that the length is absolutely fine. Kind of like I know it's kind of like I'm working in semantics here, but the word little bird is a small song in terms of length, and I think it really does the job. Woo! You know what I mean? I personally felt that for me, I enjoyed the living hell out of it. Ooh. I think for different reasons, this could actually become my new favorite track. Instead of Liar, but ooh, it's kind of like apples and oranges. It's very hard to compare. Next track now, Drop in the Snow. It's really got a very strong kind of chugging, like, you know, really, really powerful and prominent tune. And every time I feel like, it feels literally like drops like boom, you know what I mean? Drop of snow. And wow, this really felt punchy. It really felt, to me, the punchiness and the really, really made it quite strong. I mean, it's really it's like, again, it got a very strong beat once again. It feels the marriage of Keith Sadler's vocals and his philosophy of his music really merges well with the rest of the group, which is the Dusky Sunday and the rest of the gang. I mean, rest of the gang with Jonathon Coy with Jonathon Coy. Was Nick Brown on the lead guitar? Yes, he was. Nick Brown. Nick Brown was on the lead guitar on that track. Yes, absolutely. That's a very, very impressive tune. Twilight of the Year, this actually fits in well after Drop in Snow because it also things around the kind of winter kind of time. So yeah, what really struck me about this song is the lyricism was very, very strong. That's the thing that really struck me the most about the song, in the fact that his wordplay in shifting with leaves, etc., that really struck out to me. And that to me is like, wow, you know what I mean? I truly enjoyed that track. It was really good. It's wow. And wow, just the idea of the life, like, to me, it just gave me that chills of leaves, of how they go green and they go brown and then they decompose. That was really beautifully written. We're into the last quarter of the album, guys, and oh my days, running down the sides of my soul, in my opinion, in terms of lyricism and the complete package, that has got to be up there in one of my favorite tracks of this album. I mean, it's haunting, it's chilling, and my interpretation, now I could be completely wrong, I feel that the song really tackles the idea of mental health. I've got some quotes here from the song. We've got "the stronger I am," and then it says "the harder I try." But this quote really struck out to me when Q said, "The fiercer I fight, the lonelier the night." It really shows that how, like, fighting so much for what you want and what you desire in life and what you need in life can really drain you in the end. That could apply to performing, that could apply to your job, that could apply and extrapolate to many things. And I have to just say thank you, Keith, for that song. I mean, that really touched me really deep. I mean, we've all had struggles, and I don't want to go into too much detail about anyone personal, but it really shows you that I think Keith has nailed the vibe of struggle and really brought it into really powerful and inspiring piece of music, in my opinion. Oh, now we're on to Got to Be Me, and wow, it's a really fast tempo right back. Whoa! You know what I mean? Wow, and I've noticed that in this track particularly, Keith really adds some grit, really projecting that voice with a little bit of extra like oomph, to really add the intensity to the track. And it's really goes on the premise of you got to be yourself. And to quote one bit of the song, I am who I am. It's really wow. Do you know what I mean? It's really upbeat, but at the same time, it spreads the message very simply. You got to be an individual rather than being a member of the flock. Because if you're part of a group without showcasing individualism, then that really stifles not only your creativity but your mental well-being and oh, just wow, that's like really powerful and really boom, really boom. And we have the final track, Hold My Hand, Moonlight Army. Well, wow, this is obviously one of those tracks that sounds quite a bit different from the rest of the album because they brought in Honey and the Bear for this track. And one of the first things off the back, it was kind of operatic, but there's something that I don't think I really ever heard of quite prominently, and that is acoustic and grunge mixed in. There was quite a very strong grunge influence here, in my opinion, and wow, and it really adds. This is the closest song, in my opinion. Obviously, it did help with Honey and Bear and the rest of the group with kind of the opera, the kind of operatic kind of feel. And wow, this is a good way to end the album because it's really like a boom, epic kind of sound that'll definitely send the crowd happy on that live show. I was really impressed. And so there closes the chapter of this wonderful, wonderful album by Keith Sadler. Now, this is a very limited edition copy, and I'm very lucky to have owned this. So I'm not 100% sure if this album is available. However, what I can do, I can link you to Keith Sadler's work, and oh my days, I have to give it a rating of, well, for me, 4.5 out of 5. I'm going to rate it 4.5 out of 5. I think it's amazing. It is epic. I think if the only criticism is this is just my personal criticism that could have given 5 out of 5, is a 4.5 out of 5, but it's still absolutely epic, is I really want Little Birds to be a bit longer, but that's just me. I think it works, but wow, just overall, thank you very much, Keith Sadler and friends. Dusky Sunday, Jonathon, have I forgotten anybody? Honey and the Bear, and yeah, and Nick Brown, Anna, of course, Anna with the shaky egg on that track to Liar. But yeah, thank you very much, Moonlight Army, for watching. My name is DrayZera, and this is Tales of Zera. Thank you.